Hey there, rockers. Welcome to Metal Fitness. I have a good friend of mine, Erin, on today. Welcome, Erin. I'm happy she's on. We're actually switching gears today. We're actually going to be talking about everyone's favorite and well-known topic, keto. So she has a couple questions that she had brought to my attention, and we wanted to go over them just in case if you guys also had some as well. So Erin, what questions do you have for us today?
So thanks for having me back. I, like everybody else, I'm sure, or hopefully everybody else, otherwise my algorithms are very interesting. When I'm on Instagram and all I want to do is see if, like, I don't know, does Jake Gyllenhaal have a new photo? Is there something that Holly Madison has done that I need to see? But what am I greeted with? Judgment. I have all these ads that say keto, keto, keto life, keto light, keto for, keto for moms, keto for women, keto for children, all the keto ads. And so I know that it could be like an hour about keto. If I asked, what is keto? I think everybody knows at this point. So my more pointed question is, according to Instagram, I can lose 65 pounds in 27 days on keto. Is that really a thing? I mean, is keto so effective that you can drop massive amounts of weight? Because I know originally it was designed for people who were maybe diabetic or who had underlying health issues. Can you really drop that much weight in such a short amount of time and still do it in a healthy way with keto?
So it's a very interesting question because, so you said 67 pounds, right?
That's what they were claiming.
in 27 days.
27, less than a month.
So first of all, I'm not a doctor, but I'm going to say that's very unhealthy to lose that much in a short amount of time frame. And even if it's done through your doctor, you still have your skin will have to change according with that. And that's a lot of drastic change for your skin to have to accommodate. So even if they did it with you, you're going to maybe have lingering after effects of your skin, your stretch marks, anything like that. So that would be my number one concern, is it just not being very healthy to lose that much. Second of all, keto, like you said, is good for people that have been through, they have stuff with their doctor, things that they're working on medically that keto helps with them. And that's great. It works really, really well for these people that have issues with, insulin and stuff like that. But keto itself can be used as a tool for weight loss, but there's a difference between weight loss and fat loss. And so like some of the initial weight that comes off of from keto is actually water weight, because if you don't already know, carbohydrates hydrate your cells, hence the word carbohydrate. So when you do keto, you're removing the carbs, right? Or removing pretty much all of them. And then therefore you're dropping water weight first. So it's not true fat loss usually, it's just water weight. And water weight and weight itself is different than actual fat loss. You can ideally weigh the same or very, very close to the same for a time. And you can literally change your body composition over that time frame without losing any weight and still feel and look better than what you were before.
Whoa.
There's a word for that people like to give it. I don't like the word, but people know it. It's called skinny fat.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
Really?
Yeah, I've never heard that. Okay.
So it's like, have you ever known someone that maybe was still a good weight and good size for themselves, but they lacked definition? They were really soft. But then once you tone up, that kind of comes back in.
Yes.
Well, that is a version of skinny fat. So literally you're healthy. So hence the word skinny. So you're not necessarily overweight, obese, or anything like that, but you're lacking that definition. And so you're accumulating fat in weird spots when really body composition is really recomposing your body. So by eating a certain way and actually fueling yourself on a consistent basis is one of the many ways that you can help your body have that recomposition. Yeah.
So, okay, that leads me to my second question. Those are amazing answers, by the way. I don't want to look like a sack of skin. So that's a really good way to put it. I think that's the number one thing that would keep me from like trying a crash diet like this. So thank you. is there a healthy way for someone like me to do keto, like that you would recommend? So, I mean, I've had 2 kids. I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to throw it out there in the world. I'm going to be loud and proud. I'm 190 pounds. Oh, did I just say that out loud? I'm 190 pounds. I've been stuck at 190 since I had my second kid. I'm 5'2". My BMI is way out of whack. I don't feel healthy. Now there's all kinds of things I've been looking into aside from what you recommended, because what you recommended to me was, healthy, and we did a whole meal plan, and it's wonderful and it works. But my question is there a healthy way to do keto for someone like me who's like squishy and soft and, I need to be toned, and, does that work with a normal person's body, a normal person's life? Is keto the way to go for anybody just randomly?
So this leads me to think about the experience I had before when I didn't really think of myself as being keto. But for a while when I was doing crash dieting, so like I didn't realize that's what it was. I just thought I needed to eat less. This is a while ago and I lost a lot of weight, but it comes with repercussions, or at least it did for me. And a lot of my calories that I omitted were from carbs. So even though wasn't technically keto, I was still really, really low carbs. Like I'm saying maybe 50 grams of carbs or something a day. And your brain needs 130 grams of carbs in order for it to have that constant energy source. So people can get used to it over time, I imagine, through keto. But if you're going to do it, I imagine it's probably better doing it slower. Okay. So instead of just going right into it, if you are going to try it, it's probably better to start slower and work your way down into it. Because if you deprive your brain of everything it's been used to all that time, it's like going, and I know this is a weird example, but going from drinking to cold turkey, or going from smoking cigarettes to going cold turkey. Your body has been used to that stimulant or that depressant for so long that when you remove it, your body's like, what the shit is going on now? Like, you literally have been giving me this thing that you told me I needed for so long, and now you're saying I don't need it. And your body can go into some sort of withdrawal or some sort of like little shock or whatever. And I imagine it can be similar with keto, because if your brain and body and liver have been used to ingesting the glucose from all the food you're eating, which is the sugars, and you all of a sudden say, no, you can't have it anymore, your body is probably going to be like, what are you doing to me? And it's going to probably fight back in some sort of way. You might get foggy, you might get migraines and headaches from it.
The keto flu, right? That's what they always talk about. Oh, you're going to get the keto flu. Like, you shouldn't get flu-like symptoms if you're doing something healthy.
That's just my thought. I mean, there's they say that you detox from, like when I started chlorophyll, I like literally for 3 or 4 days after I started chlorophyll, I felt kind of icky. And so it's one of those where it's like, it depends on how big the effects are. If it's mild, if you're like, you're always going to go through some readjustment period, and we all know that. But if you instantly feel like you had the flu and you're like nauseous and like it's horrible and you can't really live your life, to me, I don't feel that's personally worth it.
Yeah.
To go that route. And like I said, a lot of that's water weight. And I feel like that gets really, a lot of people are focused so much on weight, but weight is different than fat. Weight, like one person can weigh 140 pounds and be 5'3", and another person can weigh 140 pounds and be 5'6". Looks completely different for each person.
Yeah.
So weight, like, can be kind of an unrealistic thing. It's definitely a tool to use and kind of gauge where you're at, but like, what do your clothes feel like? What does your body feel like? Like, do you feel more toned? Like, where is the fat distributed on your body after you kind of go through a phase of working on losing fat and stuff? So I think that, like I said, is a very interesting kind of area. And I wanted to bring it up because I don't want people focusing too much on their weight and they get so upset about it. Yeah. I just want you to know it doesn't have to always be about the scale. It can really be how your clothes feel. How does your body feel? Like, when you look in yourself in the mirror, like, and that also comes into a whole mental side of it as well. And everyone has a mental complex. Everyone has something. Doesn't matter what size you are. at all. You can be little, you can be big. Doesn't matter. So, because I've known people that were skinny and they were like, talking about, oh, I weighed a lot. And then they'd like show me how much they weighed. And I'm like, you're like, it's just it's mental. So.
See, and now this is why I love your program so much. And I'm going to sound a little like, I joined a cult or something. But honestly, like when you're bombarded with these things, like keto ads and Green Chef and Freshly, and, it can be really easy to slide back into forgetting all of the things that are reasonable and logical and important. Like you said, like fat is different on people, and losing fat is different from, your scale changing. And so I think this is my favorite thing about your program, about your podcast, about talking to you, is it's really easy to get lost in the everyday pressures of like, oh my God, I'm fat. The scale says this, I'm not losing weight. I should just crash diet and lose those 67 pounds. And then I can maintain from there. And you get these really unrealistic goals that you start setting for yourself. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, although I suspect I'm not. And so I love just getting that check-in from you of hearing, hey, you can do it the right way and it doesn't have to suck. You don't have to be like, fuck, I want pizza, which by the way, I'm so excited to make your pizza, your chicken parm.
I need to send that too. Yeah.
I'm so excited for that. It looks so good. But like, in a moment of weakness, it's really easy for us to go like, fuck it, I'm just going to order the keto meal planning thing to my door and I won't have to think about it. But it's so much more important and rewarding and healthy to hear from you. All of those things aren't necessary. You don't need to do all that to get healthy and lose weight. And so that's why I love Metal Fitness. That's why I love you, and you're a wealth of information. And I'm so glad I got to ask you a couple of keto questions, because honestly, I mean, I've been walking around on my phone going to everyone in my family, hey, you want to do keto with me? Should we do keto? Is this a thing? Should we try this again? Because I remember when I tried keto, I ate lots of cream cheese and salami and I felt horrible.
All that salt.
Oh, salt and fat and just like, blah. So thank you for the check-in, because I needed it. And I think we all need a little reminder that like, they're trying to sell us something to make money, not because it's good for us. So
at least the majority of people. There's probably a couple people who do benefit from it, but using that as like your quick fix is not the right answer. And I think that's before we leave, that's one big thing that I noticed today is a lot of people are all about how to quickly get there.
Yes.
The instant gratification is a real thing right now. And when it comes to losing weight, you can definitely lose weight, keep it off and be sustainable, but it doesn't happen in a month.
Yeah.
Like you might lose 2 to 3 pounds. That's great. Like you can safely lose that 2 pounds a week. But anything more than that, you're just putting yourself at all sorts of other risks. And it just makes more sense to do it more sustainably. So going slower is not always easier. You're going to have your mind saying all these weird things. And that's the journey. That's a part of learning about how to keep it off and how to sustain it and make it good for you. But it's not easy. Yeah. There's a whole lot of mental work that goes behind it. And that's why I like helping in that way. It's not just like here's your meal plan and then you figure it out. Like, no, we work together on trying to help you out with that. So
I love it. Maybe for the next couple of sessions we should do like busting these crazy diets, because I have a bunch of them that I have researched. And at one time or another, I've been like, volumization, is that a diet I want to do? What about paleo? What about this? So maybe we could have like a toxic diet segment once a month. And you can tell me why I should not buy things on Instagram that are diet related.
Unless they're like a cute figurine or something like that. That's not like.
Totally.
We got bought deodorant off of Instagram.
Oh my God, I got a really good
natural deodorant.
Yeah, totally. They do have some good things. I just don't think any of them are technically health related.
No, and if they are, it's very few and far between. They're actually probably pretty good for you.
Oh, this is amazing. I so needed to remember these things. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, thank you for being on today. I really appreciate you asking all those wonderful questions. I hope everyone else out there got their questions answered as well. And of course, if you have any questions, you can leave them all in the comments. And I'm sure Erin will be like, I totally know that one. Let's do that one. So Definitely. If you have any comments, suggestions, leave them in the comments on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever you're seeing this. drop a comment, let us know what you think, or just your thoughts on this together. So anyways, thank you again, Erin, for being here. Again, it was awesome to do another version of Mental Fitness Podcast. We'll bring this to you once every single month, and I do my own every single week. So have a great day, everyone, and rock on.